Welcome back to another great Wednesday, and you know what that means? Tommy Maroon Sports Show is up and going as always. 3 topics as usual. It's going to be Suburban League, Cleveland Browns, and a big preview on the NBA and Cleveland Cavaliers. And we're going to start off with my trivia question from last week, and here it is. What 5 schools created the Suburban League in 1949? And the correct answer, it is Copley, Manchester, Green, Nordonia, and Hudson. Of course, Copley, Nordonia, and Hudson are in it right now, in case you don't know. And while we're talking about that, let's transition to the Suburban League. Week 7 preview as always. Those are your scores right there on your screen. Aurora manages to really take down Barberton 31-7. And those Highland Hornets did it again. Some late game magic, big comeback. Happy homecoming to Highland as they won it on their homecoming day, 31-28. Revere beat Copley 20-12. Roosevelt continuing their hot streak, beat Talmadge by a score of 31-10. Look at them. They're only half a game back from the Greenmen. They're tied with Barberton. Exactly. Wadsworth was able to really tear down Cuyahoga Falls 33-2. I mean, we all expected Cuyahoga Falls to score a point, but I thought it was probably going to be maybe a field goal touchdown. Definitely not a safety. And however, Nordonia beat Stowe 31-28. They had a mammoth kick return for a touchdown late in the fourth quarter that gave them the lead to beat Stowe. Stowe has kind of been struggling. However, we'll see if they can turn around. Hudson beat North Royalton 43-17. That was a must-win for them if they want to keep up with Brecksville. That's right, there's Brecksville on the bottom of the screen. They beat Twinsburg. Really blanked them, man. When I mean blanked, I literally mean it. 38-0. Now time for my plays of the week. We got to go to the Highland Canfield game first, where Bryce Prophet gunned a 17-yard pass to Alex Jaworski in the right side of the end zone. 35 seconds left. Of course, Jaws is a big guy, so you could definitely expect him to get those touchdowns, and that gave the Hornets a victory. I also have to mention that Bryce threw 3 touchdowns to Jake Osborne, of course. Bryce and Jake definitely looking like a good duo. Alex, you can't leave him out as well. And, of course, we'll go next one. John Banks, a big 90-yard kickoff return for a touchdown. That gave Nordonia the lead late in the fourth quarter. I couldn't believe it. And so back to me again as Kunowski for Revere had a 27-yard touchdown pass to Slattery. That gave Revere the lead in the fourth quarter in a tight one against Copley. Of course, Copley, you never know, they might win their last 3 games and go 3-3, which wouldn't be shabby. Blackburn had a 30-yard touchdown pass to Labus for Wadsworth. That started their offense and really got them going to that 33-2 victory. Howard for Roosevelt had a 46-yard touchdown run. That put the game on ice as Roosevelt has been having a very good and mighty and impressive season. 4-3, 3-1 in American Conference play, as we previously mentioned. Time for my Week 8 preview. Highland against Aurora. Highland hosting Aurora at North Gateway Tire Field. Definitely a beautiful stadium as Aurora's trying to stay perfect and complete 10-0 season. But Highland, I'm telling you, they got a lot of momentum. So we'll see what happens. These are 2 teams. One that's been red hot. Another one that's just really on the rise. Really going under the radar. 2 big wins. We'll see. Barberton against Massillon. The Massillon Tigers are 6th in the state. And they are 7-0, and not to mention that 60 years ago when Barberton and Massillon faced off, it was an annihilation. It was 90-0. Once again, 90-0. No, I am not referring to a Madden game that you would play. I am literally referring to a high school game, 90-0. Holy mercy rule, Batman. That was absolutely crazy. Of course, I wasn't alive for it, but still that's crazy. Brecksville against Nordonia. Brecksville is trying to stay undefeated, but Nordonia fresh off a big win against Stowe. You just never know. North Royalton going up against Wadsworth. Those Grizzlies hoping to stay National Conference competition. You never know. So we'll see what happens. Best of luck to everybody as we go to Cleveland Browns. Some stats for the Cleveland Browns as let me put on my Cleveland Browns hat. That is more like it. Baker Mayfield, 1,496 yards, 56.6 completion percentage, 5 touchdowns, and 11 interceptions. Nick Chubb, 607 yards, 5.3 yards per carry, and 6 touchdowns. Jarvis Landry, 25 receptions, 439 yards, but still 0 touchdowns. Getting kind of nervous, but it's all right. Jarvis still leads us in receiving yards. OBJ, that's right, Odell Beckham Jr., 29 receptions, 436 yards, and 1 touchdown. Let's talk about the Cleveland Browns in interleague play. We will be playing the NFC West. Next year, it will be the NFC East. Every year, the Browns will play a different interconference division. So, therefore, we'll play the NFC West next time in 2023. So, I cannot wait for that. And so far, we have been 0-3 in interleague play, which transitions us to our next one. Cleveland, Seattle. The Browns lost that one by a final score of 32-28. We are now 2-4. Seattle is 5-1, and they are winning the division. It seems like nothing can stop them. Not even the Rams, and the Rams were supposed to be Super Bowl contenders. Seemingly, once we played them, they just fell off earth. I mean, actually, I believe San Francisco is first in the division because Jimmy Garoppolo led them to a victory against the Rams last week at the LA Memorial Coliseum. That's been around since 1923, by the way. Baker went 22 for 37, 249 yards, 1 touchdown, 3 picks. Nick Chubb, 20 carries, 122 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Chris Carson, 24 carries, 124 yards, 1 touchdown. Carson also had the go-ahead 1-yard touchdown run in the fourth quarter. And the Browns, well, we had a 20-6 lead in the second quarter. And we will be having a bye week. That's right, a bye week. And the next one, the New England Patriots. Yep, the undefeated, red-hot New England Patriots with Tom Brady seemingly just playing like he is on fire, playing like he is 15 years younger. Nothing can stop Tom Brady, seemingly. Maybe the Browns will. If the Browns will, it will be all happy, happy, joy, joy here in Cleveland. Yet another Ren and Stimpy reference. In case you don't know, I am a huge fan of the cartoon. And now time to go to the NBA season preview. Put on your Cavs hats, folks. Unfortunately, I believe that we will be going 18-64 this season. I think that will be the worst in all of the NBA, down there with New York and Phoenix. So my playoff teams, the Milwaukee Bucks, Toronto Raptors, I think they could still do it without Kawhi. Philadelphia 76ers, of course, those 76ers have really been on fire. You got Joel Embiid, Ben Simmons, and co. And then there are the Boston Celtics. They lost Kyrie, but yet again, Kyrie just decided, you know what, I want to go to Brooklyn. And speaking of Brooklyn, there they are right there. They have really had a huge offseason. The Indiana Pacers should also be up there. The Miami Heat, I think, should sneak in a pretty weak division. And Detroit Pistons are the 8th seed. Western Conference playoff teams. Number 1, Golden State. Sure, they lost KD, but it doesn't really matter. They're still a mighty scary team. Utah 2nd, Portland 3, Houston 4, Denver 5. The Clippers are 6. I'm not really that sold on Los Angeles yet. Once they get KD, look out. Spurs and Pelicans. I know what you're thinking. We're the Lakers. Right now, I'm not sold on them. Sure, Anthony Davis is a great basketball player, but you got to remember LeBron kind of struggled He's still off an injury, so we'll see what happens there. Kind of frustrating there. And you got to remember a few years ago, Los Angeles was supposed to win all 2012-13 when they signed Dwight Howard and Steve Nash. Turned out it was just a silly mirage as they barely made the playoffs and then got slapped in the playoffs, a 4-game sweep in the first round. So now time for my postseason predictions. Eastern quarterfinals, I got Milwaukee beating Detroit. Toronto beating Miami. Philly beating Indiana. Excuse me for that voice crack. Brooklyn beating Boston. Golden State in the Western Conference, they'll beat New Orleans. Utah beat San Antonio. Clippers beat the Portland Trail Blazers, and the Rockets will beat the Denver Nuggets. Of course, we all know come postseason time, the Denver Nuggets go from Nuggets to McNuggets. Eastern semifinals, we have Milwaukee beating the Nets and Philadelphia beating Toronto. I think this should be the year Philadelphia actually gets something going. In the Western Conference semifinals, holy big upset, Batman. Excuse me, couldn't think of the words, but Houston beating Golden State, Utah beating Los Angeles Clippers. Eastern Conference Finals, I got Milwaukee, the mighty Bucks over Philadelphia. And the Western Conference Finals, Houston beating Utah. And my NBA Finals, for the first time since 1971, I got a feeling that those deer are going to beat the Rockets, but you never know. Of course, my MVP predictions are right here. Giannis will be the MVP. Zion Williamson, Rookie of the Year. Will Williams, Sixth Man of the Year. Anthony Davis, Defensive Player of the Year. Coach of the Year is Kenny Atkinson. Of course, we got some Christmas games. And those are all of them right there. The Clippers playing the Lakers. Los Angeles. Boston, Toronto. That's going to be huge. The Pelicans and the Nuggets. The Bucks and the 76ers. And the Rockets and Warriors. This is going to be really exciting as we have some big games. The Los Angeles Clippers will be going up against the Los Angeles Lakers on October the 22nd. Golden State will be playing the Los Angeles Clippers on the 24th. Houston going up against Los Angeles on November the 13th. Los Angeles playing Golden State, the Lakers, on November 13th. Celtics and Nets on November 27th. Also that night, the Pelicans against the Lakers. That's right, Anthony Davis going up against his former team. Well, by Zion, of course, there was a big trade, I believe. Davis went to New Orleans, and I believe the Lakers finally got a big monkey off their back. And yes, it wasn't just a monkey. It was a giant zoo from across the world by trading away Lonzo Ball. I mean, Ball isn't bad, but yet again, hasn't really been the best. And, of course, controversial statements by his father. Pelicans looking for a big win there. Excuse me for that. Toronto plays Los Angeles on December 11th. Oklahoma City going to play Houston on January 9th. Russell Westbrook back in Oklahoma City. That's going to be huge. The Nuggets going up against the Bucks on March 9th. And the 76ers going up against the Bucks on April 7th. Uniforms, that's right. Raptors to wear 1995-96 throwback uniforms. Hawks will be wearing peach-themed jerseys and have a peach court. You know why? They are the Peach State. Cavs wearing blue and black jerseys on their 50th anniversary. The Mavs are wearing neon green for alternate jerseys. Clippers having odd medieval-based jerseys for their city edition. And Orlando going with odd orange and gray. Time for my rookie watch. Zion, of course. Ja Morant. R.J. Barrett. Matisse Thybulle. And Darius Garland. Some big name players you need to know. Giannis, Curry, Harden, Leonard, LeBron, Anthony Davis, Joel, Simmons, Donovan Mitchell, and Nikola Jokic. Some trending teams, the Philadelphia 76ers, Brooklyn Nets, and Los Angeles Clippers. Cool teams are the Memphis Grizzlies, OKC Thunder, Phoenix Suns, and rebuilding teams are the Cleveland Cavaliers, Sacramento Kings, and New York Knicks. And that'll do it all for today's edition of Tommy Maroon Sports Show. Of course, we need to ask my trivia question of the week, and here it is. What school has been the Suburban League for every year it's existed? Got your answer? Well, we will reveal it next week. Till then, Tommy Maroon here saying so long, and have a great week. Hope I get to see you next Wednesday.